Hello and welcome to Wandering with Justin. This week I'm going for a walk to Duffer Falls in the Gibraltar Ranges National Park in northern New South Wales in Australia. Join me for some spectacular scenery, some amazing granite outcrops, wonderful valley views and even a few sneaky little things that just pop up along the way. You can get to this walk from the Boundary Falls car park and day use area just off the New England Highway situated between Glen Innes and Grafton. The walk is just over 7 kilometres and is rated as a moderate. There's some undulating ground and a few areas of the track that are going to be loose and a little bit slippery. You'll also walk near some cliffs, so take some care when you go near those. Now, I did this walk at the very beginning of winter and was a little bit surprised to see so many flowers out in bloom. A few different wattles or acacia species were already flowering. The first part of the walk is fairly easy, mainly following a fire trail which is the Northwest Trail. This is also incidentally a trail that you can follow as part of the Gibraltar Ranges Great Walk, a 3 to 4 day walk that you can use to connect from Gibraltar to Washpool and then back around to Gibraltar on the other side of the road. I did this walk following some rain the night before, and so certain parts of the track were a little bit slippery. I did slip and slide a little bit going down some of the hills until I learned to rein my long strides in and just take my time down those slippery sections. Everything was fresh and clear after the rain. The air was a beautiful quality. I could breathe really well, and it was an absolute pleasure to do this walk in the cooler weather without having to sweat too hard going up and down the hills. There are many beautiful colours of granite to see along the way on this walk, and if you enjoy looking at rocks and textures such as ants' nest, there's plenty to see. There's not to mention lots of trees, plants, animals, fungus, birds, you name it, you'll see it on this walk. After a couple of k's, the track branches off to the left and you'll get an opportunity to descend down into the valley towards the falls. The track is well signposted and you can't possibly miss it. As you descend, you get some great vistas of the valley opening up before you. The track will zig and zag its way down, and the day that I did the walk, the track was in disrepair. There were some slippery sections, some loose gravel, and I had to descend quite slowly just to take care of my footing and make sure I didn't fall. Towards the bottom, you'll start to hear the sound of the waterfalls. Take care, because you're getting close to some of those cliff edges that I mentioned. You don't want to fall over. As you near the cliffs, the valley opens out and you'll get some amazing views. The waterfalls themselves are a series of small drops, probably 5 or 6 individual drops, all in close formation. You can stand above a couple of them and look straight down. This is where the cliffs are. Take care, there's quite a few metres down. You don't want to fall over here. There's no phone service and you will be struggling to get help if you're there on a day when no one else is around. The water is crystal clear, beautiful to behold, and it trickles down over the falls and creates some magical sounds. This is a spectacular place to stop and have a rest and really enjoy the area. There are some amazing wildflowers around the side of the valley and lots of different plants. I imagine if you were to sit here for quite a while, you would see lots of little animals coming down, enjoying the water. You would see lizards, you'd hear birds. Unfortunately, I only had the phone with me on the day that I took these shots. I was travelling light, and so I didn't take the big camera with me and get some better long-range shots of things. But there's a lot in this forest to see. It really is a special place. There are some great rocks that are conveniently located right near some of the pools near the top falls. It's a great spot to sit and have a rest and have a good drink. I stopped here for a little while and gave my legs a good chance before I gave them the punishing walk back up the hill, and it's all back uphill back to the main track. On a summer's day, some of these spots would be great to have a swim and cool down. If you're concerned about being able to do the walk, I would recommend that an average person would be able to manage this provided you're prepared to take your time. The trick to getting up steep hills is to walk at a pace that you can sustain. You don't have to huff and puff and blow your guts out. Just take your time and you'll be able to get there. Heading back up to the main track, you can choose to go back to the car park, or as I did, I turned left and I continued up the Northwest Trail for a few kilometres more just to see a little bit more of the countryside. There's plenty to see in this forest. Different areas of fungus were blooming all the way along. I counted a lot of different species. Now, I'm no fungus expert, but I do enjoy watching the different types, from tiny little weeny ones to great big humongous ones, all the shapes and all the colours. It was a really special day for fungus. It's fascinating to watch these areas through the different seasons and even across the years. Some big fires had come through this area a few years previously. A lot of it got burnt out, but it regenerates so well and so quickly. You'll cross a number of shallow streams as you walk. One of these is Duffer Creek, and that's the one that we just saw falling down in those beautiful waterfalls. They're fairly easy to navigate, just take your time, look out for slippery rocks. Another creek further on was called Dinner Creek. Now in Australia, a duffer is a person who stole some livestock. Further up was Dinner Creek, so it makes me wonder if they stole a cow and then they figured out their dinner a little bit further up the road. Either way, this is a beautiful area, and I certainly enjoyed my time walking along, examining all the different plants and amazing things that I found along the way. And the thing that I love best about these walks is not just the things that I see or the things that I hear, but it's actually just how calming the whole experience is for me. Sure, I get a good workout walking up and down hills, but more than that, it's just a great time spending time in nature, not worrying about anything else, not thinking about anything else, just enjoying the great outdoors and the amazing planet that we get to live on. And that's a pretty special thing as far as I'm concerned. And if you've made it this far, thanks a lot. I really do appreciate it. And I'd appreciate it even more if you wouldn't mind giving that like button a hit, as that will really help me out and encourage me to make more videos. I know they've been a bit slow coming so far, but there's more to come, I promise you that. So overall, my impression of the Duffer Falls walk is that it's absolutely a worthwhile walk to do. I really enjoy doing it in winter, but I plan to come back again in spring and to give it another go and really see what changes in the landscape, what new and amazing wildflowers will I see, and just what birds and animals am I going to encounter. Thank you so much for watching the video. I really appreciate it. See you later. Bye bye.